It's 2:13 in the morning, you're exhausted, your body wants to sleep, but your brain has other plans. Suddenly, you remember that one time in 8th grade when you confidently called your teacher mom, or when you waved back at someone who wasn't waving at you, or that joke you told 3 years ago that landed with the grace of a fallen piano. Your heart rate jumps, you physically cringe, maybe you even whisper to yourself, "Why am I like this?" The weird part is you probably haven't thought about that memory in months or maybe years. So why does your brain decide that 2 a.m. is the perfect time to replay your greatest hits of humiliation? Believe it or not, your brain isn't trying to torture you. It's actually doing exactly what it evolved to do. And once you understand why, those late night cringe attacks suddenly make a whole lot more sense. Think of your brain as a security guard working the night shift. Its number one job isn't making you happy, its job is keeping you alive. Thousands of years ago, making one embarrassing mistake wasn't just awkward, it could get you kicked out of your tribe. And being kicked out of your tribe usually meant death. No food, no protection, no community. So your brain developed an obsession with social mistakes. Every embarrassing moment became valuable data, almost like your brain stamping it with a giant label that says, "Do not do this again." Which explains why your brain can forget where you left your keys, but somehow remembers that awkward thing you said in 2017 with crystal clear HD quality. So, why does it always happen at night? During the day, your brain is busy. You're answering texts, working, watching videos, driving, eating, and talking. Your attention is constantly being hijacked. It's like trying to hear one person talking inside a crowded stadium. But at night, the stadium empties. The lights go off, the distractions disappear. Now the quietest thoughts suddenly become the loudest. It's not that embarrassing moments only happen at night, it's that nighttime is when you finally notice them. Your brain finally has enough silence to start opening old filing cabinets. Unfortunately, the first folder it always grabs seems to be labeled "Moments We'd Like to Forget Forever." The brain loves unfinished business. Psychologists have noticed something strange. Our brains hate unfinished stories. It's called the Zeigarnik effect. Basically, completed events fade away, incomplete ones stick around, and embarrassment often feels unfinished. Maybe you never explained yourself, maybe you wish you had said something different, maybe you imagine a better comeback 5 hours later in the shower. Your brain keeps revisiting those memories because, in its mind, the story never ended. It's still trying to solve a problem that doesn't actually exist anymore. You're probably the only person remembering it. Here's something both comforting and slightly hilarious. The embarrassing moment ruining your sleep, there's a good chance nobody else remembers it. This is something psychologists call the spotlight effect. We massively overestimate how much other people notice us. Think about it. Can you remember 5 embarrassing things your coworker did last year? Probably not. Can you remember the last awkward thing your neighbor said? Not really. Everyone is too busy starring in their own movie. You're the main character of your life. Everyone else is the main character of theirs. Meanwhile, your brain is acting like millions of people are sitting around discussing that awkward presentation you gave 4 years ago. Reality check. Most people can't even remember what they had for lunch yesterday. Why embarrassment feels physical. Have you ever noticed something weird? You remember something embarrassing and your entire body reacts? You cringe, your shoulders tighten, your stomach drops, sometimes your face literally gets hot. That's because your brain doesn't perfectly separate memory from experience. When you vividly remember an emotional event, some of the same brain regions activate as when it originally happened. Your brain is basically saying, "Hey, I know this movie. Let's replay all the emotions too." Thanks, brain. Very helpful. Every single time you remember something, you slightly rewrite it. Memory isn't like opening a saved video file, it's more like reconstructing a Lego set from memory. Pieces get moved, details change, emotions get exaggerated, which means the embarrassing version living inside your head today may actually be much worse than what really happened. You might remember everyone laughing. In reality, maybe one guy smiled, maybe nobody cared. Maybe everyone forgot 30 seconds later. But because you've replayed it hundreds of times, your brain has slowly turned a tiny, awkward moment into an Oscar winning disaster film. Why it feels so personal. Embarrassment isn't really about the event, it's about identity. Your brain asks questions like, does this mean I'm weird? Does this mean people don't like me? Does this mean I'm not good enough? That's why tiny moments can feel huge. It's never just about tripping on the stairs, it's about what your brain thinks that says about you. The event lasts 5 seconds, the meaning lasts years, unless you change the meaning. But here's the plot twist. The fact that you cringe at your past usually means you've grown. Think about it. If you look back at something you said 5 years ago and think, wow, that was embarrassing, congratulations, you're not that person anymore. You've matured enough to recognize the mistake. Imagine the opposite. Imagine never feeling embarrassed, never learning, never improving. That would actually be far worse. Your cringe is evidence of growth. Your past self walked, so your current self could laugh about it. Eventually. So the next time you're laying in bed and your brain decides to premiere the top 100 most awkward moments of your life, remember this. Your brain isn't trying to embarrass you, it's trying in a very outdated way to protect you. The funny thing is, while you're busy reliving that awkward moment from years ago, someone else is lying awake thinking about theirs, and they're probably convinced everyone remembers it too. Sleep well. Your eighth grade mistake has officially been released from public consciousness, except by your brain. It still likes reruns.